What's going on? Welcome back to 100% NUFC. I hope I find you really well. Joined by Roobenstein. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. It's a shame it's just started raining, but otherwise I'm good.
We'll do anything in all weathers. Just to let you know, I am recording on a new video camera, so I hope you do enjoy the quality going forward as well. And we're going to be previewing the Newcastle Bournemouth game at St James's Park now. We are coming off the back of a 3-2 victory away from home at West Ham.
Yeah.
What are you thinking going into this match? Are you quite confident, or are you still a little bit unsure?
Well, I'm going to say you picked a good one to go to, didn't you?
Fantastic.
Watched your vlog.
Scenes, limbs, absolutely everywhere.
Yes, you certainly did. And yeah, it was a fantastic game. As I say, before the match, I honestly was pretty pessimistic. I went 1-1 just to try and, I think, I would have said a point away at West Ham is a decent point to take home. So the fact that we went over there 3-0 at half time was fantastic. I mean, we did obviously let them back into it a little bit in the second half, which wasn't great, but in true Newcastle style, we didn't want to make it too easy. But now Bournemouth coming up, who are also doing very well this season.
7th in the league as well.
Yeah, and they deserve it of it. I think Bournemouth is the team that a lot of people like because of the fact that, and we've already said this, but the fact that they are a bit of a smaller club, a bit of an underdog in most games.
5 seasons now in the Premier League, so it just tells you that money doesn't always buy everything.
Yeah, and a young upcoming manager that people kind of want to see do well. So they are a team that people like. Don't get me wrong, I still want to beat them on Saturday.
Definitely.
I think the biggest thing for us is which team is going to turn up on Saturday.
Exactly.
And as we've said, the Wolves game, we had 2 teams. We had a fantastic first half, we had a shocking second. I know we played well pretty much throughout the West Ham game, but still scoring 3 in the first half, conceding 2 in the second. Are we going to go out and have another fantastic first half here, 1-0 up, and then completely lose it in the second half? Or can we actually go out there and play a full 90 minutes, beginning to end?
I think it's going to be quite an end-to-end game because Bournemouth are quite an attacking side as well. So Bournemouth, I don't expect them to drop that guard. I know they beat Manchester United, and I know before that they got a couple of draws against, was it Norwich and Watford, who were bottom end of the league. But yeah. Bournemouth are a good side and they're very unpredictable though. You don't know what you're going to get from them. I think when they're under a lot of pressure, they can perform. Very similar to Newcastle at times. I mean, we went to West Ham under a lot of pressure. We actually got a 3-2 win, so it's not to say that they won't come up here and lie down. They'll want to have a go, but I think at the same time, given that we're at home in front of 52,000 fans, we're going to have to, have another go. And we're going to have to, for me, it's consistency. I want to see at Newcastle, like, we're beating Manchester United, then we'll lose a couple of games, we're drawing games, and then we're not winning for 4 or 5 games later. I want to see back-to-back points, and we need this going into the international break. Yeah,
you're right, and because the league is so tight as well, 3 points before, it would give, if we could win tomorrow, I think it would give us a good break, a good rest over the international break.
We'll go top 10 as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, we are 4 points clear of the relegation. That's currently, right. So we can't be sat in the relegation zone over the international break. But to go 3 points higher, potentially top 10, going into a 2 weeks rest, I think will be really good for us. But as you said, I think Bournemouth definitely won't lie down. They'll give us a good go. And as I said it already, I think it's just what team turns up on Saturday. I want to see St Maximin on the ball.
Would you keep the same side though?
Yeah.
You would, wouldn't you? You don't change your winning team, surely not.
I think you have to. I think those players who came in, like Shelby getting a goal, I think those players I know we've had injuries, etc., and that's the reason for most of the changes and red cards.
But it worked though. It's about confidence. Really, that's what you need in players like Shelby getting a goal. Hopefully, confidence going into the Bournemouth game. It's another winnable game. You'll see that.
I think players like Clark who have come in, who really, and I know there was rumours that he was going to go over.
Federico Fernandez as well, another one.
Well, Clark was rumoured to go over the summer and was rumoured to be actually leave because he wasn't getting any game time. He's had his chance because of injuries, and he's looked good and he scored a goal. So, to take that away from him, I don't think you can do it without any actual reason for it. As I say, Willems has been quality. Maximum, as soon as he gets the ball, will look threatening. He's stood with his back to goal in our own half.
Well, let's just say Zabaleta for West Ham couldn't deal with him. Then he had to be, you know what I mean? So I just think it is important that we'll get those 3, attacking on Saturday, and we'll have a go at Bournemouth. I think if we do get a 1-0 lead, I know you brought this up against Wolves, if we get a 1-0 lead, we need to try and get this second goal. I've said this in many matches gone by. We need to try and double our lead because a 1-0 is only a slender lead, and look what happened against Wolves.
Yeah, and then again, when West Ham. We decided that basically we're just going to sit back and just let them attack and hopefully hold out the win. And under Rafa Benitez, that worked for us a fair bit, luckily. But unfortunately, in the last couple of games we've tried it hasn't worked. And just go out and play. I know the situation is tough because we want as many points on the board. When you're winning 3-0, there's 30 minutes to go. There is the tendency to just go, oh my God, let's just sit in our own box and pray to God.
I was so nervous at that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So we can't let that happen. We need to just keep playing at them and don't invite the pressure. And I think that's something that people have been saying a lot recently in the last few games, so we can't let it continue.
I mean, Bournemouth have got a solid team. The players such as Harry Wilson, in that midfield. Got Joshua King, Callum Wilson, Fraser as well. Very underrated left winger as well.
Player.
Someone who for me could easily fit in a top 6 side, no question.
And I think that's the difference between what we've got and what Bournemouth have got. I do believe they have players who, and I know we mentioned it already, they didn't score against Norwich, they didn't score against Watford, but I honestly believe they have players that can just score.
That's it.
Hit you on the break. Players like that you've just mentioned can just pick a goal out of nowhere. Even if we are on the front foot, their counter can be very good, which is why it's important that we attack and try and grab our own goal. If we don't score, I think they certainly will.
And it's down to one manager really why they're doing that. It's down to Eddie Howe and how he gets them performing, how he gets them attacking, how he gets them believing. And you see him in press conferences he's not happy with draws and defeats and stuff. He wants his team to attack all the time. And it's a breath of fresh air. It gives hope to all other smaller clubs if they do ever get into the Premier League that they can win games, if they play in the right way.
Yeah, I think he's got them playing, and that's again why people have. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to speak for everyone, but that's why I quite like Bournemouth. I think what they're doing there is what a lot of people want to see. It's not just, and I know they have spent money in recent years, but it's developing and creating something there.
Next level.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll give you my prediction now.
Yeah, so score prediction. Go on, mate.
I have gone 1-1. You know what it is? I could see it being 3-1 us, 3-1 them. I honestly have no idea.
It could go either way. Let's be honest, Bournemouth have beaten with 3-1 at St James's in a couple of seasons back under Steve McLaren. He got the sack. I think they beat with 1-0 a while back as well. I think we've beaten them, 2-1 last season. So it's a funny fixture, this one. It really is.
You went 2-1, didn't
I've
you?
gone 2-1. I'm going to play it safe. I think because we're at home, I think if we get a couple of goals in front, we probably will end up conceding late on. But if we can hold it out, 3 points, Bournemouth, decent club, all right in the league. But I think it's a club, no disrespect, we should be going for 3 points at home. I know we've got no gone down right to do it, but we need to get back-to-back wins. That's what I want to see.
I think, you're spot on, and mate, if it was 2-1, I'll take it.
Cut it in national break.
Yeah, definitely.
So, anyway, that's Roobenstein's predictions. I will leave a link down below in the description for his channel. Thank you so much for coming on the channel. I really appreciate it. And you're always welcome on the channel anytime. And please don't forget to go along and subscribe to my own channel, 100% NUFC. I am on the verge of 2,300 subs, so if you can do that, that'd be massively appreciated. And hit the thumbs up as well. And thank you so much for watching. How are the lads?
Cheers.